All right, so it says here, Batgirl's Leslie Grace teases early discussions about the sequel. All right, so it says here, and this is on the playlist. What's interesting to me is that they could already jump to a sequel. They haven't even made the first one yet. It's like, wait, we doing this again? How many times have you seen this? Remember this? What was it there was like the Monster Verse or the Dark Universe or something with Universal, where they had like this whole lineup of movies that they was about to bring out. Just doing this one thing at a time, because we've seen DC do this too. Oh, we're gonna bring out a Nightwing movie. I've been waiting on a Nightwing movie forever and a day. You know, like their eyes are always bigger than their stomach. They're always saying, oh man, this is about to be this the big, and then it just turns out like, oh my God.
They're not saying this here. They're not saying this
here. They're making a sequel. They're already planning the sequel. But that's my point. But you see my point now, T? They always saying, we're about to do whatever. You know, they always announce stuff, right? And then what happens? They pull back. It don't happen. Like Green Lantern Corps, I think it was, I don't know, maybe 2016, 2017. Oh yeah, we're going to have a show. It's going to be great. Oh, we're going to do. What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And man, once again, David Zaslav. Dude is quick with the axe, ain't he? And he's like, oh, wait, let's watch that again. Oh, no. This doesn't look like good quality. Whew. Drops the axe on it. Another one bites the dust. This time, Batgirl. And this is crazy because Batgirl isn't some kind of a thought idea or anything that was just kind of floating around. No, this is a film that was pretty much already in post-production. It had been filmed. It was complete. It was in the can. And David Zaslav, the new Warner Brothers Discovery CEO, he's been axing movies left and right. He's been axing television shows. We saw what he did with the Wonder Twins. We saw what he did with Batwoman. We saw what he did with Legends of Tomorrow. And yeah, here's the next one right here. Batgirl not coming out. And that's like, wait a minute. Whoa. What's going on here? It says here it's not going to be released due to irredeemable test screening. So that means that folks watched this. They put it out there. People saw it and they said, that's a no from me. You know, that's what they said. And then say, all right, there it is. Done deal. And it's not coming out. And this is absolutely insane. And y'all saw that opening clip that I did from Movies with the Homies. And yeah, it was the same thing. Like DC, you got to knock it off. Stop coming out with information saying, oh, we're going to talk about a sequel and this is exciting and we're going to have a sequel and maybe a trilogy and all that other kind of stuff. Nah. Make one good movie first, one film, and then follow that up with another film, and then follow that up with another film, and then maybe you can start building out your universe instead of trying to crash everything in all at once. Tell your stars, tell your directors, hey, nothing about any kind of a built-up universe until we tell you first. So yeah, they got to get that stuff under control because it's just embarrassing, really, is what it comes down to. It's just a big embarrassment. But let's go ahead and check it out. Batgirl movie will not be released. It says the new report claims Warner Brothers is planning on shelving Batgirl despite considerable time and money having been sunk into the project. I know people have been complaining about this particular costume. I'm not a fan of the costume either. So if that was what it looked like, yeah, maybe that was going to be a good thing that they didn't drop this. So if a new report is to be believed, then Batgirl may never see the light of day. Now, eventually there's going to be some cat out there, you know, starting to, you know, release the Batgirl campaign like the Snyderverse campaign. So it'll come out eventually, but for right now, it's not a thing. New York Post claims an inside source told the paper that Warner Brothers plans to scrap Batgirl, which was expected to debut on HBO Max. They think an unspeakable Batgirl is going to be irredeemable. Whoo, man, that's bad news. Bad news for all folks involved. The news was quickly corroborated by The Wrap and The Hollywood Reporter, though neither outlet claimed it was due to its poor quality. Variety, however, said, this is what they said. The studio insiders insist the decision was not driven by the quality of the film or the commitment of the filmmakers, but by the desire for the studio slate of DC features to be at a blockbuster scale. We had talked about this. I did a video about this a while back where Zaslav said, yeah, if it's not up to snuff, if it's not on a certain level, a certain quality, it's not coming out, and it's not going to go to HBO Max either, because he said that movies are meant for theaters and he wants movies in theaters on the big screen. And yeah, if it's not ready for the big screen, yeah, it's not coming out. You know, some shows maybe will be kicked down and they'll do this as a show, but it won't be a feature film. So I'm like, okay, interesting. And it says here, the film is estimated to have cost between $70 and $100 million at the time of the cancellation. Batgirl wrapped production in March, right? We talked about this. Batgirl wrapped production in March. And since that time, the two directors, LRB and Fala, have regularly talked about the upcoming movie. They've been saying, yeah, it's going to be good. You know, we're going to definitely play along with some of the tropes that you saw in Batman. It says it right here, homages to the animated series of Batman, the Tim Burton movies as well, homages to the comic book. So they're doing a lot of homages, a lot of, you know, paying tribute to those older parts of the franchise, those older films. They said it's going to be a bit darker than Ms. Marvel's world. And people are looking forward to that. Like, okay. And, it's also supposed to be back Michael Keaton. I think Jim Gordon was going to get played by J.K. Simmons. So people were excited. This was not some small kind of throwaway project, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like it is going to come out at all. Is the Batgirl movie dead? Batgirl does not yet have a release date, and Warner Brothers has not responded to the story. So there's still a possibility that they're going to try to do something with this. I'm not sure what, but right now they pulled the plug on any release dates. It's not coming out as far as they're concerned. The new Warner Brothers CEO, again here, David Zaslav, is looking to cut costs wherever possible. It wouldn't be the first victim of the new regime either. Remember, we just talked about the Wonder Twin movies that got cut, along with all of that stuff that was going on the CW. CW took a lot of L's at the axe of Zaslav. That guy was cutting and sharpening his blade every couple of weeks. It was another one that was dropping. So I think that this is going to continue to happen. Batgirl, to me, wasn't something that I was like super hyped for, but it's DC and I'm definitely going to check it out because I'm a DC guy. But it wasn't like, oh man, I can't wait for Batgirl to come out. I'm super duper pumped for this movie. I can't be, no, I was like, all right, we'll see what it is. I was more excited about Michael Keaton dropping back in and making another appearance. I was kind of sort of excited about J.K. Simmons being Commissioner Gordon. Not sure where they were going to go with that. Like, okay, J.K. Simmons is Commissioner Gordon and the Batgirl is, how's this all going to fit together? I don't know. Maybe he had a black wife or something like that, because obviously you can see it in here. This was a black woman that was going to be playing the character. So, it'll have been like, all right, let's see what they do with it. I'm not sure if it's something I'm going to like, but I would have, definitely checked it out. But now, yeah, it looks like it's going to get axed all together. So what will happen with the Batgirl? My theory is this. It's not going to be a movie. They're going to try to maybe cobble together some kind of a limited series thing out of this. So they're going to push it towards a television show format, maybe cut it up into 5 or 6 episodes, have them reshoot a couple of things and release it that way. So it's not a quote unquote movie. But again, according to Zaslav, he's not going to be bringing out any movies on HBO Max. They're either going to be full-fledged films in the theaters, or if it's on HBO Max, it'll be a television show. So I'm thinking maybe they might format this as a television show, chop it up into 4 or 5 parts, and then release it as some sort of a, limited television show. Kind of like what they did with Obi-Wan. Ultimately, that's what Obi-Wan should have been, and, should have been a movie. They really ended up doing a TV series, and then they kind of made it look a little cheaper than it should have been. But nevertheless, that's what I think is going to happen with Batgirl. But folks, what do you think? Are you surprised at this? I'm kind of not surprised, not to say that I saw it coming, but then when you hear the news, it's kind of like, yeah, this is what's been happening with DC. They're cleaning the slate. They want high level blockbusters for any films that are coming out. And if it's not going to be high level, it's out of there. But go ahead and let me know what you think. Drop your comments down below, folks. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.